to another call. So today, Rachele Robb Davis is with us. So let me tell you a little bit about her. So Rachelle is a Holy Fire 3 World Peace Karuna Reiki Master. She's an Access Bars practitioner, certified sound healer, a light language worker, and an empowerment coach. Plus, she's the owner and founder of 4R Healing, and she says the 4Rs are relax, release, restore, and renew. The healing elements that empower every session, workshop, or retreat. Now, Rochelle is passionate about assisting her clients to understand the metaphysical meaning of the body, as well as providing the guidance and tools that helps them heal by destroying self-sabotaging behaviors and clearing energy blockages that will allow them to receive the endless possibilities in the life in the way of them believing themselves. Rochelle, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to the call.
Thank you for having me here with you today.
Of course, and I know it's been a long time coming, but tell us a little bit about how all these things came together and like what was your spiritual path up to now?
Well, it really started as a little girl, um, but it was back then. It was suppressed. It was like, please don't be different, please don't embarrass me, kind of thing. And that's pretty much how I lived the majority until things came up. You can't close it off for me, but I closed it off from others. So it was about in my 30s that I started just getting back to myself of, more things were showing up for me. And then as I had a friend that was losing her battle with cancer, and I went to her and was like, she was telling me that she was going to um, try alternative, and that she, saw this lady and stuff. And so I was like, well, I can help you with that. And she was like, what? Why, how do I not know this about you? And that's really where everything, it was like, that was the point where she I helped her. I never imagined that I would be helping one of my friends
Mhm.
pass, cross over, versus helping to heal with Reiki. And she said to me, like, don't ever stop doing this. Like, everybody should know this about you. And she's right. So since then, I have taken that to heart fully
Mhm.
and embraced my journey and truly my truest self. And I have, from there, it was just once I started going through the different, with Reiki, with just a lot of different healing modalities, it just was natural,
Mhm.
everything. So now I'm in a place where I just embrace every part of me, and this is where I am. So helping others, hopefully, find that part in their journey as well. So
I love that. So my eyes are teary. I'm actually trying to hold back. Because when you said, that obviously you don't think you're going to help them cross over, you're going to heal them. And even her telling you, like, you have to do this for other people, it's such a gift, an
yeah,
unexpected gift in such a weird way that, yeah, there's that. I mean, I admire you for it because I've never had to do that. Now I'm like, I'm not asking for it. That's not an ask.
right.
But it's interesting how you actually through her and through that came into your own being for
Yeah,
others. And I think
yeah,
that's the part of spirituality that I absolutely love is once we really, and you said it, you embraced every part of you. And like
right,
so many people that do have the ability to do more than what we're told, because I don't like calling them gifts because we all have it. But it
right.
is what you said at the beginning. So many are suppressed,
Yep,
even to themselves.
yeah.
And when we do come in alignment with who and what we are exactly, and that powerful being that we really are, life actually is easier because we're not fighting against ourselves, right?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's
Yep,
so
and I
amazing.
remember. Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
no.
I remember saying to her, "You keep thanking me for what I'm doing," and her husband and her son and, like, they all would thank me for everything that I have done, and I'm like, you know, you're welcome, but what you're missing is how she's helped me
Right.
in return. It has brought this, so yeah, it's very, very. I don't even have a word for it. Yeah,
Very timing, because I
very
think,
meaning. Yeah.
yeah, I think everybody is in our life, and everything everybody goes through affects us in one way or another. And it was
Mm.
her soul's gift to you to help you
Yes.
wake up.
Yeah.
And again, then the others also benefit as well. Others that
Yep.
come, not just you.
Yep.
So it's like that butterfly effect that we're all connected, that we're all, yeah, it's beautiful.
Yep. Yep.
Now we're both gonna cry.
I know. I'm trying not
I know,
to.
I know. Okay, we'll change
She's
subject.
here with me, so we're gonna be good.
Well, we'll give her a thumbs up and say thank you because,
Yeah.
see, and the thing is that if you wouldn't have come on the spiritual path, you and I would never have introduced ourselves. We never would have met. This would never be happening. We never know what one thing leads to another. So that's the beautiful part about it as well.
Yep.
So I'll say thank you to her friend, to your friend. Okay, so one of the main things that we're talking about in this season is access consciousness. So tell me a little bit about how you came into like the whole access consciousness world.
Well, I became aware of it through a special lady that I met here. So I relocated 2 years ago. And I met a lady at a drum making class, and she had recently become a bars practitioner. And of course, as an intuitive healer, I'm like, tell me more. And I went and had a session with her. And in that session, I was just like, wow, because there were so many positive things that came from it. Um, I felt like I felt like I had traveled through many lifetimes, and even though I didn't understand a lot of what like came through, it all felt so peaceful and meaningful to my journey that of course I was like, okay, so when can I come back? Where can I get more of this? And I did. I went back several times, and each time was just more, you know, more uh, elements that I needed, and that I saw and that I felt, and the clarity. And I just was in, I mean, I've been in this warp speed ascension journey. So for me, all of those things that I know I'm in need of at this time in my life have opened me up, because with the access consciousness and having your bars ran, right? It's like being open to how things show up for you instead of how we think they should show up for us. So yeah, I kept going back. And then I was like, I know that my Reiki clients and the people that I am working with, that they would benefit from this as well. And so I became a bars practitioner, and um, next month I'm gonna become a facilitator. Like, it's changed my life, and I'm witnessing also on the other end of the transformations that my clients are experiencing as well.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. And I think so. Obviously, this is part of a season that I'm doing. And in the other videos I'm sharing, like my experience, I'm completely honest. I also went through the bars. And when I took the class, I will 100% say, with all honesty, I was full of perceptions and ideas and judgments. And so I didn't allow it to happen.
Mm,
And I just made myself a note. I'm gonna get, my bars run while I'm here, stable for these next few weeks. Um, because that's the thing. It's now that I'm in a different place. I've used the tools, which is what we're going to talk about today. I've
Mhm.
used tools. I've listened to other things on YouTube. I've listened to things. I practice them on my own, like just the few that I remember sometimes. Um, and that's helped me. But I haven't gone to get my bars run since gonna be probably 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, thank
It's
you for that. Because yeah,
mm,
it's now like listening to you now. I'm like, now that I'm in a complete other state, I'm
mhm.
definitely gonna receive or feel more than I did last time. Because last time I did, and it felt good. It felt like a relaxation. But I know 130%. And I even told the teacher, I was like, after like months after, I was like, I just realized how in judgment I was of everything that day. Like,
Mm,
and it wasn't
yeah,
conscious. It was just, oh, this is like this. Oh, this is like this. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna see. Like I was totally in my head. Totally.
yeah,
So, but yeah. So, okay. So
yeah.
let's talk about the tools. How
Okay.
would you describe access consciousness tools? Because for me, it took me a while to actually notice, oh, that's what they're talking about a tool.
Well, where I am, it's like I have this knowing way before I even know.
Hmm.
So when I started, it was like getting my bars ran there, and then when I started doing it for my clients, and then the lady that I was exchanging with, we get busy in life, so we hadn't really ran each other. So I was like, okay, and I travel a lot as well. So I started reading, listening on Audible as I traveled to any access conscious book that I felt called to listen to. And then I would buy the book as well because, I got to highlight, I got to, and in the books is what helped me, the tools in there of using their clearing statement throughout all of the different learnings and teachings and stuff through their books and I mean their podcasts, like everything. That was very helpful because they're running that they're teaching you as you go and clearing things as you go that you would experience also um, in a session too, to help bring that clarity and to shift those points of view. So in that's where I started highlighting everything and then using those tools that every one of their books talks about of the gosh, I mean, I changed my morning routine to incorporate they tell us to how to use the 10 times in the morning and 10 times at night. So I do that as part of my meditation in the morning of waking up each day with that gratitude and saying all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and glory. And once you start repeating that every morning, and then when you go to bed and you say that each night to go to bed, right? It's why we sleep, that's in our subconscious. It's really bringing that. And I have noticed my sleeping patterns are better and that type of thing. So using that has really helped.
Hmm.
The other thing that in my morning, well, and throughout the whole day is, I put it out there and I ask of the access consciousness is about, living in the question. So I say, I start my day with what are the possibilities for me today? And, but then I also gather that energy of what that is for me. And I, it's like I bring it all in of what things that I'm focusing on at this time in my life. But then I also use that expansion that the access bars, teaches you of just not limiting ourselves, right? It's removing the points of view that we limit ourselves.
Hmm.
So I imagine that, really expanding and putting my presence in the world so that the things that I am attracting and using the other tool of how does it get better than this? Like they say, I say that all day long.
Mhm.
How's it get better than this? So, and it's not just about the fixing. We think healing and all this stuff is about fixing things, but we forget. And that's one thing about that. How does it get better in this? That has helped remind me that it's also about the receiving. It's about all the good too, because
That's true.
as what I do, you know, as a intuitive healer, like I'm always helping others, but I have to also, my journey is a constant thing as well. So how does it get better in this? How am I able to help others by gaining more things, but also allowing myself to receive what is meant for me as well? Through other connections. You and I have connected, so many beautiful people that we're meant, to connect with. And that's when I'm also like, wow, like how does it get better than this? Because we just it's learning how to not limit ourselves and our points of views from our experiences and that sort of thing. So those are the main tools that I use constantly. So and obviously the clearing statement, that's a way bigger thing, that all of their books talk about, but also you can Google the clearing statement and it explains that to you. So I use that every day in my daily life, all of these tools. And I do notice like it flows easier when we're not trying to control everything. And that's the probably the biggest thing that I have learned from all the books, all the access conscious just teachings and the people and everything is that it's being in the question and not controlling things. Like things can be better than even what we imagine is our best scenario. So
Yeah, I love that. You did, like I'm writing down. Quite well. One, I tend to think while I'm writing, and two, so we can come back to it. Um, and I love what you're saying because it's true. Like for me, one of the biggest things that Access Consciousness has shown me or gifted me, because I will literally say gifted me,
mhm.
is that reminder of all the different possibilities. And you just nailed it with the letting go of control. We
Mhm.
are so taught in this world, in this society, in this linear thinking that if you want something, you have to do this, 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 and this is the path.
Yep.
And this is the way you do it. And I come from business and marketing as well. So it's like if you want this goal, this is the strategy. And when I came into Access Consciousness and I just hear these tools or these phrases, it was like, that's it. Like, and then what? Like, and then what do I do? Um, and it's that, it's the letting go of control. And I'll admit I am way more of a control freak than I actually thought I was. But because I've always been in the I need to figure this out. And this has allowed me the space to feel I don't need to be in control and I do have to receive. That's why I was writing what you said. Like it's not about fixing, but reminding you about the receiving because I love that. How many of us, literally spiritual people and just such heart-centered people, all we do is give, 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 give.
Yeah.
And yet, when do we ask for something? It's like, oh no, taboo. How can I ask? I'm so blessed as it is. Like, no,
Yep.
why
Yep.
not?
Yep. 100%. I mean, that is because it's like I feel so blessed to be able to help other people, to heal things and through my own journey of the things
Yeah.
I've healed and also still need to heal. It's a constant thing. But the more that, like you said, I mean, it is about in that general terms of control and social conditioning and what we think we're supposed to be, that's probably been truly the hardest thing that I've had as part of my journey is also like I can't explain it to people who I am, who my true self is, because I'm still wrapping my mind around it. And these tools have helped me do that in ways that I never would have. It could have taken me, I don't know how long, if ever, to get to that point of that clarity that it's okay to be me and I don't have to explain myself to others that this is me and that's okay because life is changing and it's not going to remain the same. And it's hard. It's, it's really hard because my growth and the things I'm learning and teaching others, there's, people in our lives that we love very much, but we have to just accept them too for who they are and where they are in their journey, if they're even in their journey of connecting with themselves. But it's 100% helped me to fully, like I said, embrace every part of my being and what my purpose is here, and be open to what my life and my path is showing me that doesn't look anything like what I thought it was supposed to be. So, yeah.
No, and it's amazing the way that we're able to easily shift with these tools.
Yeah.
Because like you just said, you're living a life now that you didn't think you would be living, and yet you're so happy and you can describe yourself more, and you've been giving like this chance to like work things out. Because for me, it was the
Yeah.
same way. Again, control freak, a whole bunch of modalities. Give me the structure, give me the thing. And you still dealing with things. And here it's like so
Yep.
easy, and it's like, oh, that changed. Like I don't feel that anymore. And it's not like I had to go and cry it out and, do a
Yeah.
whole rebirthing and do a whole thing. I still enjoy them because I enjoy them. But now I know it's like, oh, that's gone.
It's
Right. And
okay.
it's like,
Yeah.
next. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. That's how it feels. Like I don't stress about it. If people come in and out of my life, I look at what that is, and I also look at what I bring to other people's lives, as in passing or whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
Of I don't go, "Oh, well, why don't they?" I just don't try to figure it out anymore. I just
Mm-hmm.
let it flow, and then I use the tools. It's like everything that this is, and just all of that, of using that clearing statement of, everything that this is, am I willing to destroy and uncreate that all? Because it's all those fears and those limitations that, we're still human, we still feel, we still have, our feelings are still hurt, we can still hurt other people's feelings. It's a shift in reality for not just me, but everybody around us as
Right.
well. So I'm learning that it's okay to keep my frequency up high and not reduce it when other people or things, not just people, but like situations and stuff make me feel
Mm-hmm.
that I should step or lower myself.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, like go through that process. No, I don't need to unpack that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, okay, this is what I learned and this is still where I'm going.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So, yeah.
And when you just mentioned the I let it flow, at least for me, there are times that I'll think I'll let it flow or I'm flowing, and there are times that I notice after the fact. Like
Yeah.
it becomes when you're in tune, when you're like a cleanse. Like when you're doing the cleanse, you're taking a shower, you kind of know that you're like, oh, I feel cleaner, I feel lighter. There are times that you don't. Like for example, one of the tools that best changes me like that is when they say, is this mine or somebody else's?
Yeah.
And I can
The light
immediately
or heavy.
sometimes,
Yeah.
right, and I can immediately sometimes feel it, and sometimes I don't. So I'm like, okay, but I don't get in my head about it anymore as much as I would have. Like I'll think about it, but I don't get emotionally drained trying to figure it out anymore.
I agree. Me too.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
such a different shift, and that's why I wanted to make this season about access consciousness. Because even with the tools and everything that they offer and the whole thing, the more people talk about it, the more ease, like literally the word ease, the more
yeah.
ease it can come into everybody's life. And it's such a quick change once you allow it. But I'm the
Hmm.
first one to say I judged the crap out of it for the first.
Yeah. Well, and that ease is not just with all the good things, right? Like they explain it to us as The ease is it also helps us to get through the days that we're a hot mess and we are processing a lot and we're crying our eyes out and we're mad and screaming at the universe.
Been
That's
there,
my hot that's my hot mess day, you
been there.
know?
We'll do another
But
show about
then
that.
yeah, but then, it's like I let myself do that. And then next morning it's like, okay,
Mhm,
like needed to
mhm,
clear that whatever
and it's
and
okay.
and it just like goes away, it's like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely teaches us a lot for sure.
it does. And I think I know we're coming close to wrap up time. I did want to mention it's it's tricky, like for me as a host and for me as somebody that is doing access and has gotten the bars and doing everything, not wanting to go more deep and level because everybody has their own things. We're not facilitators, we're not like all these different things. But I did want to make the series because I want people to be able to look for the tools and understand that there's many things and
Yeah.
encourage them to find a bars practitioner, at least get started. Just do a therapy. You don't have to go ahead and take the classes, but at least get started. And the reason why I invited you and I'm inviting all the guests, it's so that we can all talk about this experience because we each have a different experience, but our
Yeah.
results are very similar. We see changes. And I think that's what a lot of people are looking for. Would you agree or
Uh,
no?
yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's just finding what's right for us and what's right for me isn't always going to be right for anybody else. But it's just using these little tools, just like you said, you don't have to become a practitioner. You don't have to, you know, teach others of this. Like it's about our own journey. So getting your bars ran, highly recommend that, obviously, to anyone and everyone that feels called to try it and find out for themselves. Like, really, it could be life changing, in a way that moves you into different things. And it may just really bring that peace that you need for where you are in your own life
Right,
today.
right.
So,
It won't make
def-
it worse. I think the
it
beauty of
definitely
it
won't
is
make it worse.
if it doesn't
Yep.
change your life in the bar session, at least you got like a massage. It's the same, right? It's like the
That
same,
relax.
right? That
Yes.
relaxed state of maybe your body and your brain and your energy just needs like maybe that, little space. So it's
Yeah.
it's definitely worth a try.
Yeah,
Rochelle,
because
thank you.
that peace and that meaning, whatever it is for your journey,
Hmm.
that's what you'll get. Yeah.
And I think everybody needs something, even if it doesn't click right
Yep.
away. Energetically, it'll do what it needs to do and be done with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agree.
Honey, we're running out of time. Where
Okay.
can people reach out to you about what you do offer, where your programs, offers, anything?
So you can find me on social media of Facebook under Rachele Robb Davis. I do have for our healing, um, that's on Facebook, Instagram, all of those. My website is for our healing. So it's the number four for the and R and then healing. So all of my services are on there. And yeah, all what from workshops to sound to clients to consulting. So yeah, anybody that feels called to reach out to me, I would love to have that opportunity to speak with them.
Perfect. Beautiful. And thank you so much again for your time with this. I really enjoyed it. I hope you did too.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much, Angie. Have a wonderful day.
The same. Bye.
Okay,
Bye,
thank
everyone.
you.